It is a personal privilege to introduce you to our commencement speaker today, Mayor Mike Rawlings. Born in West Texas, he came to Dallas in 1976 with a few $100s in his pocket and an assignment to work as a radio reporter. He didn't plan to stay long. But over the next 4 decades, Mike proved that Dallas is truly a city of opportunity. He worked his way up from an entry-level position at the largest advertising agency in the South, the Tracy Locke firm. When I say worked his way up, yes, after time, he became the CEO. Later, he took the helm at Pizza Hut, driving record sales at the world's largest pizza company. Public service has always been a priority for Mike Rawlings, serving Dallas homeless initiatives, economic growth for underprivileged, and education campaigns. He was elected mayor of Dallas in 2011 and re-elected in 2015, bringing economic growth to the city, reducing domestic violence, reducing unemployment, and increasing the city's international profile. Truly a great mayor. We are honored today to have Dallas Mayor Mike Rawlings as our 2016 Commencement Speaker. Welcome, Mayor Rawlings.
Thank you, David. First of all, you guys look great, okay? Just look, it's a beautiful view up here. Wish everybody could see it. I am honored to be here today and be your commencement speaker. I realize that I will just be the color commentator to everything Josh just said. Because he speaks the truth, he spoke the truth, and he was very wise in some of the things he articulated. But it is my job today to speak to you, the students, and to have you think about this moment in your life, because today is a truly joyous day. We were speaking about it. It's a day that everybody is happy. It's a day to celebrate. And we must live in this moment. And you should be self-satisfied, if even for a moment. But if you're like me, sometimes you don't know how to celebrate. And if you're not celebrating today, you're not living in the moment. That's important because it's not just fun to celebrate, but because you can't live in this, if you can't live in this moment, you will find it difficult to succeed when you are in the depths of self-doubt and times are tough. So live in this moment, graduates. Live in this moment, good parents. Live in this moment, deans and President Haas, faculty. Today you can say you have done well. For tomorrow, you ride. You ride on a journey into the future. This journey, like the season of life, is long. At least we all hope it's going to be long. It's not just for one moment, not one game, not one play, but a series of great moments. And we must know when it's time to kick yourself and when to pat yourself on the back. And today is one of those back-patting moments. But many are probably anxious, and I understand your anxiety. You must be asking, what does this journey that Josh spoke about hold? I remember leaving Boston. I graduated from a college there. And after I graduated from college, I decided to move west. Driving west on I-90 to Texas, I remember it was like that James Taylor song, Sweet Baby James, when he sang, "Now the 1st of December was covered with snow, and so was the turnpike from Stockbridge to Boston. Though the Berkshires seemed dreamlike on account of the frosting, with 10 miles behind me and 10,000 more to go. I'm still on my long journey, and it's been a wonderful one. I hope yours is a journey filled with learning, leadership, and love. Now, to understand your journey, you must realize that you have a big, big head start on your journey. This is not a critical statement because I had a head start as well. See, we all won the life lottery. It's like we went down to 7-Eleven and won the Powerball. To be healthy with a full stomach, graduating from a school like Austin College, whether you're in scholarship or not, in Texas, in the United States of America, compared to the billions of people on the planet Earth, you were dealt a great hand of cards. I know I was. We seem to have found our way to Homer's Elysian fields, those fortunate isles of the blessed in the western ocean at the end of the earth. We are lucky. This is no moral judgment. It's just a fact. Good or bad, it's just a fact. It was our fate, and it is a pure matter of luck, timing, and genes. But this fact of nature does raise one important question you each face. The question is, what are you going to do with that good fortune? Are you like the servant in the Gospel of Matthew who takes those talents that he was given and buries them so he will make sure he doesn't lose them? Or are you going to put them to work, take personal risk, and turn them into something that makes a difference in this world? It is your obligation to answer this question. Now, to answer the question, there are three other questions you should ask yourself. How will you continue to learn throughout your journey? What type of leader will you become? And what and who will you love? Simply three things: learning, leadership, and love. I know it feels like you've been learning your whole life, but to have a great journey, you must continue to learn. Never stop it. Search for the environments that teach you. Work for the people who expect the most of you and will reward you with the gifts of wisdom. Learning is what makes life exciting. Work is an important thing, but learning is even more important. Learning's what has made my life exciting. In fact, when I decided to become mayor, I had no idea that this is what my life held 40 years ago. That it would take me to the city hall of one of the top 10 cities in the United States. At that stage in my life, I felt there was so much more to learn. And I decided to run for mayor, crazy as it was. And I haven't been disappointed. I've learned that the wealthiest individuals have as many insecurities as those without any money. I've learned about the heartbreak of poverty in Dallas, which is more widespread and deeper than I ever realized. I learned how to speak frankly and how to subjugate my ego for the good of our citizens. If you're going to continue to learn, above all, read. Read, read. Read books that are in your field, books that aren't, books that you don't have any understanding or idea of what they're saying, books that are profound in their simplicity. I discovered one of those books the other day when I was reading in a very sophisticated training session for the future leaders of Dallas. I was reading to a kindergarten class. And I got to read a book that is every politician must love. It was a book called I Like Me. It went on to talk about how you should feel about yourself and how you should create an environment with your friends and your good habits to like me more. It talked fundamentally about self-esteem. I always say to mothers, what do they want? They want their kids to be happy. And I say, don't worry about your kids being happy. Worry about your kids having great self-esteem. Because self-esteem, like other rich rewards, is earned day in and day out with good decisions and hard work. So make it a life mantra to learn until the day you die, and your life will be ever so fulfilled. The next question you have to ask yourself is, what type of leader are you going to become? The question is not whether you lead or not, because we're all leaders. Simply put, a leader is a change agent, a person who impacts or changes the world. You've already done that. You have chosen to change your world by studying and graduating. You have decided to not let the absurd forces of nature and human mistakes send you into the shadows of disheartenment. But going forward, you will have tough leadership decisions throughout that journey. This becomes an existential personal choice about you and the philosophical other, you and the world. Are you going to change it, or is it going to take control of you and your life? Now, I love stories about great leadership. 50 plus years ago, Dallas faced a real moment of truth. The mayor of Dallas, J. Eric Johnson, took office 3 months following the assassination of President Kennedy. Now, that was not good luck. It was arguably the nadir of our city's history. Mayor Johnson answered the question of leadership for himself and for Dallas when he challenged the citizens by saying that we need to dream no small dreams. That was his quote. He made a choice for Dallas 52 years ago that put Dallas on a track towards greatness that Texas are benefactors of today. His city plan, called Goals for Dallas, laid out a blueprint in the city. Today, Dallas-Fort Worth is the fourth largest market in the country. You have New York, LA, Chicagoland, and then Dallas-Fort Worth. A huge catalyst of that growth was DFW Airport. Now it's the third busiest airport in the world. In fact, Mayor Johnson dreamed of an airport, and he helped build it that's literally bigger than the island of Manhattan. Because of that, corporations relocated to Dallas from all over the country, and they continue today. Companies like Toyota, State Farm, and others. We have built the largest light rail system in the United States. We got serious about education. All this because somehow the mayor led the citizens of Dallas to believe that we were truly that city of opportunity that David spoke about. Something a young 22-year-old, new kid on the block, bought into. His leadership choice was to dream no small dreams. It changed my world and changed citizens' lives forever. You can see that great leadership all around you on this campus. I feel it today. It's been happening since 1849. Today, I see it in the impact that students here have through the focus on service and your global perspective. Preparing thousands of meals for people in Honduras, tutoring area school children, spending spring break doing volunteer work, and honoring one of the most service-oriented among you each year with your Servant of the Year award. That is leadership. And it doesn't have to be loud. It can be done quietly. Like an anonymous, courageous young man who berates his buddy for not treating women with the respect, dignity, and the equality they serve. If you don't mind, I'm going to take a moment because I promised myself I'd do this about 3 years ago. See, I found that there is a scourge in our society called domestic violence. Men feeling they have the right to hit women, strangle women, and many times eventually kill women. In Dallas, we had 31,000 cases in 1 year. And so I decided that whenever I spoke to young men, I would speak directly to them. Young men, never, 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 never hit a woman. It is and as importantly, call out your brother when he does it. We must stop this that has happened for decades, yes, centuries, and we can. So when confronted with that old question that we all face, you know that question, lead, follow, or get out of the way, always choose leadership. But the last question is more difficult to ask because it's a question about emotion. Who and what are we going to choose to love? It is the critical question because it's through passionate love that we take all the learning and leadership that we've acquired to make a difference in this world. You will make this choice personally, yourself. But I hope you choose to love the we and not the me. I hope you choose to love the good in the world and not the gold in it. I hope you choose to love your family, the one that's here today and the one that will be coming in the future, and not fame. Remember what St. Paul said in 1 Corinthians, though I speak with the tongues of men and angels and have not love, I become a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. Those are the choices, my friend. Those are the questions we face. Will you continue to learn? Will you clothe yourself with a cloak of leadership? And will you choose the right thing to love? Those are hard questions to answer. And the answers to those don't come like a sudden flash from on high, but more like a mirage in the desert you see from the distance. But through hard work, the answers become more tangible within your grasp. And finally, the answers become the most real thing that you've ever encountered. They become part of you. They become you. So may your 10,000 miles to go that James Taylor sang to be filled with hills of hard challenges to make you tough. Curves of challenging decisions to make your life exciting. And the support of those that love you like a wind at your back. May you have both the hunger of dissatisfaction mixed with the hope of the best in all of us. The courage to do what is right tempered with a common sense so others will follow. And the self-esteem to believe in yourself when no one else believes in you, combined with the humility that you are a child of God trying to do His will. Travel well, my friend, on your journey. And never forget, have fun doing it. Thank you.